man. They said they got them thick joints out there in Houston, man. Out there in Texas, they do, man. Thicker than cold grits out that motherfucker. But I ain't know them grits was that thick. You feel me? These my 600-pound life stories will have you in awe. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, make sure y'all go ahead and smash that like button. Put your notifications on always so you can get these videos as soon as they drop, man. Hopefully y'all having a good day. You know we rocking with good vibes always over here. But look, man, let's get into this video without further ado. Oh, man.
Every patient who walks into Dr. Now's clinic has their own story to tell, and we've seen a variety of weight loss journeys over the years, some of which have been tremendously successful, while others have regrettably failed. And in today's video, we will be looking at some of the stories that will have you in awe. So, let's roll. James Jones.
We've lost so many in the family. I'm not ready to lose another one.
In Season 2, we met the 37-year-old Frankston, Texas resident who weighed 728 pounds at the time. James was a skinny youngster who had no problems with his physical well-being, but as he grew older, he began to gain weight. His love for food had caused him to gain 280 pounds by the time he was 16 years old. When his father and sister both died of obesity-related illness, James had begun to gain weight as well. He tried to reduce it, but as he resorted to food for solace, it became impossible for him. James's mother, who also served as his carer, was concerned that he might be the next to die in the same bed. But thankfully, he realized what was best for him and determined to live a long and normal life.
You know what? That shit crazy, man. I would be thinking that I'm gonna die too, man, after I get to the point where I can't see my fucking penis. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit that's wild, man. Like, I couldn't fucking imagine reaching down there and like all that shit is in the way. It's crazy.
He
I'm not gonna
relocated to
sacrifice
Houston
my
to get
shit for
close
some
to Dr.
food,
Now.
bro.
With the help of a strict diet, he shed 53 pounds in a few weeks and was able to get the surgery he needed. He weighed 376 pounds at the end of the episode, down over 352 pounds.
That's what's
Looking
up.
at houses makes me excited about the future.
Betty Jo.
I am always in pain. I can't do anything on my own.
Betty Jo Elmore made an appearance on the show weighing almost 700 pounds, and she made a lot of fans. Betty Jo and her husband Josh were both struggling as she longed to lose weight, but her husband was concerned that if she reached her goal, she would end their marriage. Betty refused to back down and was able to reduce her weight to 445 pounds by following the doctor's advice. She stuck to a strict diet and fitness regimen. Her progress was stopped, however, due to a health issue. Betty found out she was pregnant on the show, and doctors discovered a big bone tumor on her spine. The lump could have induced paralysis, but there was no way to operate on it and remove it until she gave birth. She spent a lot of time in the hospital, which naturally affected her weight loss efforts. She was, nevertheless, concerned about the safety of her unborn child. Betty reprioritized weight loss after the birth of her son, Preston, in 2016. She resolved to get back on track and achieve her weight loss goal.
We loved each other when we got married, but we were never able to live like a married couple.
Carrie Johnson.
You know why though?
When I wake
That
up,
shit. Look, nigga. All that energy they was using to be out here fucking and shit, making kids. You know what I'm saying? Well, she wasn't doing nothing. I imagine she had to lay there, but that shit crazy. And then, like, if she used to lose weight, he is afraid that, like, she's not gonna be with him. Like, that's tough, bro. That's tough.
Reality.
I don't even want to
of
talk
what
about
my
them no
life
more.
is
I'm gonna
like
keep
now
going, y'all.
Just comes crashing down on me.
When Carrie initially appeared on the show, she was on the verge of eating herself to death, as she was still suffering over the loss of her father as a result of a botched weight reduction procedure. But worst of all was that she also had to go through a never-ending pattern of toxic behavior with her husband, Chris. She began eating at the age of 8 and has never stopped. After all, despite realizing that weighing around 400 pounds at the age of 18 wasn't healthy, she couldn't break free from the vicious cycle of her compulsive eating because life threw curveball after curveball at her. Her life started getting a little better when she met her husband, Chris, but things started going south again after she miscarried with him. She also had a mass and had to have a hysterectomy. Her weight was also deteriorating her marriage.
Shit.
That was enough for her, and she decided to take Dr. Now's help. She was told by Dr. Now that she needed to shed 60 pounds in order to be considered for surgery. But when she came in for her follow-up appointment, she weighed in at 590 pounds, having only shed 12 pounds. Dr. Now gave her a second chance to bounce back, and this time she also went for therapy, which helped a lot. After a few more rough months, Carrie reached her weight loss goal, weighing in at 491 pounds and receiving approval for gastric bypass surgery.
Today, Haley and I wanted to come back to the park with Chris and spend the afternoon together.
Brandon Scott.
Please, someone help me, God, I'm gonna die.
You need to calm down.
Brandon Scott was a talented vocalist from Columbus, Ohio, who was trying to lose weight in order to advance his career. On the show, viewers followed 33-year-old Brandon as he traveled through the airport on his way to Houston to see Dr. Now, as fellow passengers stare at him and make comments about his weight. The young man is in tears. Brandon suffered from lymphedema, which caused swelling and blockage in the lymphatic.
Hey, be for real with you and shit though. Like, let's be honest though, man. Like, I like this show because it helps them lose weight and shit. Because how many people do you know that are like 700 pounds and they're living to the age of like fucking 50 and 60 and 70 and stuff? Like, I haven't seen any. Just make me aware of somebody that's that size and live that long. So I'm happy that they're getting help. But the thing is, bro, like, look, if we get on the airplane, if I'm getting on the airplane and I see you getting on the airplane, my airplane, especially if it's one of them smaller aircrafts, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm probably not going to board that shit, because I know how these planes work. The weight have to be balanced and shit. They got to move certain people. I was on a plane that had to do that before, and I did not like that shit. So yeah, I'll probably get off. For my safety though, you gotta understand, I'm trying to be safe.
System, which prevented Dr. Now from performing weight loss surgery on him. Fortunately, Brandon had the right attitude to make a positive change in his life. He had ballooned up to 718 pounds at first, but 12 months later, he was down to 383 pounds,
yes, sir.
Which was a remarkable milestone. Even Dr. Now was impressed with how far he had come in such a short period of time. Taylor, his girlfriend, seemed to have a large role in this, as she followed his diet and ate the same foods as him. It was a fantastic start to a new chapter in both of their lives, and he's kept up his weight loss efforts over the years.
That's what's up.
To hear Dr. Now say he's proud of me feels really good.
June McCamey.
That's what's up.
I'm a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you about that. As far as your therapist that you want me to see,
We saw June in season 4. She was 43 years old at the time, weighed 590 pounds, and lived in Houston, Texas. Due to her large body, the mother of 4 was fully reliant on her.
Look, man, they said they got them thick joints out there in Houston, man. Out there in Texas, they do, man. Thicker than cold grits out that motherfucker. But I ain't know them grits was that thick. You feel me? That shit
children
crazy.
and other family members to look after her. June's weight gain was the result of her using food as a coping strategy. She couldn't help but turn to food to cope with her grief after losing her son, Mac, to gun violence. Whenever she was upset, she went to eat. But when she understood that her lifestyle was separating her from her other children, she sought treatment and began living a better lifestyle. She was determined to make a difference, so she followed the food and exercise instructions she was given and began losing weight almost immediately. She underwent weight loss surgery as well. She shed more than 200 pounds while on Dr. Now's program, and for the first time in several years, she was almost 300 pounds.
She get her
However,
life back.
Because she wanted to improve her physical look even more, she began to disagree with Dr. Now about the excess skin removal surgery. While he stated that she needed to drop more weight to be qualified, by the end of her first episode, she had achieved substantial weight loss and a physical makeover, making her a success story.
Hey, you know what though?
I'm looking forward to seeing the doctor again and seeing how far I've come this past year.
Melissa Morris.
She very pretty, and I don't want to say, oh, she's pretty for a big woman, no shit like that. But what I want to say is that a lot of her features were being hidden from all that fat and shit, you know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like holding that back, but I can tell that she's definitely a very pretty woman, man. And it's good to know that she feeling herself again. She do need that surgery for that skin though. That skin ain't no damn joke, right? Hopefully she get that.
I set out to say, ooh, I want to grow up to be the world's biggest lady. I want to be 700 pounds.
31-year-old Melissa Morris began her adventure with the show's specialist, Dr. Now, weighing...
Look, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna stop this shit again. I don't think that scooter was made for that type of shit right there. I don't think them wheels is... I'm pretty sure I got a limit on that motherfucker. And I'm just
692 pounds. Chris, her husband, was scolded for allowing her to binge eat. She had been used to a sedentary lifestyle in which she was binge eating around the clock because he found it impossible to say no to her. She could barely walk or perform basic daily tasks, and her dream of one day having children looked a long way off. She longed to be a mother, but as the years passed, she saw her wish fade away. That appeared to be one of the main reasons for her voyage. She met Dr. Now after a chance encounter with one of his former patients. Her lovely, hard-working nature drew viewers in, and they were glad to have her back on the show. Despite this, she took a long time to reach her goal weight. As a result, her admirers were thrilled when she was approved for plastic surgery. She weighed 157 pounds after that.
Ooh.
Life is still a little overwhelming for me.
Marla McCants.
No matter where you think your life is going, you never imagine it being this bad.
43-year-old Marla McCants weighed over 800 pounds and characterized herself as a junk food junkie. With 3 daughters and 5 grandkids, the grandmother reached the conclusion that it was time for a change. It wasn't, however, a simple and direct transition. After being diagnosed with gout, a disorder linked to her weight, McCants was confined to her bed. She admitted that she couldn't stop eating once she started. Like so many others, she used food as a coping strategy. When she first came to see Dr. Now, he was worried that she would die within days of their meeting. She gradually lost enough weight to be approved for gastric bypass surgery. She weighed 534 pounds at the end of her episode. Unlike many of the show's stars, she did not give up her efforts and instead continued to improve herself. She is now an incredibly beautiful woman who looks nothing like she did when she initially appeared on the reality show.
I never want to go back to the place. The way I was treated, you never want to go back there. It's lonely.
That shit wild, bro. Like, she ended up looking a fucking amazing at the end. You know what's crazy? These videos right here hit home, and I speak very freely about this shit. You gotta think, man. My mom, she was once, like, you know, overweight like that, man. And my mom did a lot, bro. She showed what it meant to be resilient and to not feel bad about your situation and to just fix your situation, man. So she showed us that coming up. She gained a lot of weight, man, from having kids and stuff, and you know, and she figured it out. She figured that out, you know what I'm saying? So I'm proud of my mom, proud of all these people that rebounded and, you know what I'm saying, got their life back on track, because there's people out here that do care about you. And the hardest thing for people to deal with is the truth. But we're gonna tell the truth on this channel, man. Like I always say, spread love, because there's too much hate in this world. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Make sure y'all subscribe, man. I'm out. Bye.